In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a cartoony style noob character. If you've been on Roblox recently, you've probably seen the style many times, so I'm going to show you guys how you can achieve the same effect. Before we start, let's talk about what you're going to need. We're going to be using Roblox Studio, Blender, and Photoshop, or alternative to Photoshop, you could use Photopea. It is free. Just go to photopea.com, and right here, you can use this for this video. Alright, first things first, here we are inside Roblox Studio. I just have an empty base plate, and for our character, we're just gonna go into Toolbox. If you don't see this, just go into View, right here, and hit Toolbox. You're gonna type Noob. We're gonna use an R15, so this model, for example, is R6. So we're gonna type Noob R15. Let's take this character. You can see this one is an R15 character. So basically, you just want to right click the model, hit export, and save this somewhere. And next, we're gonna hop over to Blender. So if you head over to our shop, gfxcombat.com, link is also down below. We're going to scroll down until you see Roblox R15 rig. As you can see, it's free. So for the price right here, just type 0 and hit I want this, and this will be sent into your email. Alright, so when you open up the rig, the initial pose is not gonna look like this. I just have this pre-pose for some other work I was doing, but you basically get the same thing. You get this rig right here. Your texture may not be loaded, so I'm gonna show you guys how to load the texture. Just click on any body part. You can head over to the shading tab up here, and right here you want to make sure you click on this texture preview mode so you can actually see the texture. Make sure you are not in the first mode. And now down here you see this texture that connects to base color. You're gonna hit the open button, and right here just load your R15 noob diffuse texture. Hit open, and boom, there you go. Now for the camera, you can add one by hitting Shift A, add a camera, and if you hit Control Alt and 0, the camera will automatically set to where you're looking in your viewport. You will also enter the camera. So I have this one set right here. Let's go into render mode, and for my settings, I'm using cycles on my GPU compute. Here are my denoise settings. I have denoiser and Amigo optics right there. Render optics passes none, because I just want a quick render. I have samples both at 250, and for the environment, I'm using a sky texture. So hit this bubble, go for sky texture, and I'm using the Pretem filter, I suppose. These settings are all defaults right here. For the sun, it's just a basic sunlight, so Shift A, you can add light, sun, move this, and position this anywhere you want, rotate the direction, and yeah, once you're ready, you can hit F12 to render. This is going to be relatively quick. Just hit save, and we're going to move on to Photoshop. Alright, here we are inside Photoshop. We're going to create a new document, and typically for an icon, I like to do 1000 by 1000 with a resolution of 300. That seems to work for me. If you would like to do something different, go for it. Alright, let's hit create. Okay, now just go up to the top left, right here, file. You want to hit place embedded, and from here you want to look for the render that you just saved earlier. I'm gonna choose a different one just for fun. This one just has a diamond pickaxe. So to create the cartoony style, it's actually quite simple. I'm going to copy this layer, Control J. I'm going to hide the previous one just to save it, just in case. With this one, I'm gonna hit right click and hit rasterize layer. Now I'm gonna go up here. I'm going to grab the quick selection tool, and I'm going to select one body part, this being the head. First, I'm gonna right click and hit select mask, and here you can see the selection. I'm going to adjust the background opacity so you can see The selection here is actually quite rough, so we're going to fix this by adjusting these sliders, so smooth and contrast to sharpen it back up, and just hit OK. Now we're going to hit Ctrl J to make this head part a separate layer. We go back and do the same for every single body part. So the torso, select the mask. Alright, once you are done, now you can select any body parts to start off with. We're going to right click and hit blending options. In here, we're going to go for inner shadow. Opacity all the way up. Let's make the color white. Hit OK. For the size, I'm going to turn this down and I'm going to turn the distance up. As you can see, we have this very faint highlight effect. I'm also going to add a stroke, just like so. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to go right click, hit copy layer style. I'm going to hold shift and click on every single body part. Right click and go paste layer style. And now with this, I'm going to go Ctrl J once more. I'm going to go Ctrl G to group, Ctrl J to copy, right click and hit convert to smart objects. I'm going to hide these, and here we have the character. I'm going to copy again. You go for filter, camera raw filter, and you're just going to adjust the dehaze like so, and vibrance, saturation, just add some color. And once you're happy, you can hit OK. We can also add a new layer. Right click and hit create mask. Take our brush tool and turn the hardness down and the opacity also down with the flow. And we can manually, with the color black, we can manually add some shading onto the character. Change the mode to overlay, and here we have it. We have a pretty nice looking character. Alright, if this video helps you guys, make sure you leave a like down below. Don't forget you can check out our store, check out some of the products that we have available. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.